That was pretty good. That was a good descent.
Thank you.
That was pretty good. All right, let me get this out. Let me figure this out before we start anything. Got what I was doing for a second.
The crease doesn't drive you crazy?
When you look at it straight on, you don't see it. Hey, there we go. Open chat. Bada bing. Oh, I'm on more chat.
First class of the day.
Wait, are we live?
Yeah,
we're live. Wow!
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. We're live.
I didn't know they were actually live.
Oh my god, it's gonna happen. It's already installed enable. Update. This is
Someday we'll be prepared. Not today.
Not today, but someday.
Oh, what we're doing.
Hey, we're already at 100% for this. I'm trying to get chat to show up on my very cool phone. It's a very good phone.
Nice phone.
That's not me. Go to me, my channel. Boom.
Go to me.
Go to me.
I was elected to lead. Not to read.
Just want to pop out chat, please.
This hat does not go with this sweatshirt.
That's okay.
I realized I don't have a lot of nice hats that don't tell people where I work.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's
I wish I could make the chat bigger. I don't know how to do it on the phone. That's fine. We'll figure it out later. Next stream. Next. Oh, there's a pop-up.
I can't see my face. I've been Mike Wazowski.
You've been Mike. You literally have.
It only covers me. We can see the screen.
Yeah.
And Plague is completely uncovered by this. But I'm completely covered.
Yeah. You want me to fix it?
No, it's fine.
Are we
Whatever.
Are we gonna start?
I can see myself in the corner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
See, there you are. You're good. You're looking fine as hell.
Thanks.
So it's fine. Yeah, might as well start this off because I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. Welcome to episode 11. Dungeon Fights and Anime Fights. Angel numbers, baby.
What was that? A lot of stuff. Been for a couple weeks.
It has.
No D&D.
No D&D yet. We're getting there.
Some scheduling conflicts. Happens. The death of many a D&D campaign.
Yeah, but, you know, moving into the house, then this, then that, then the other, and then we had a convention, and then this, and then that, and then the other. And it's, just, I believe in 2 weeks we will have D&D.
Yep.
And
then
then
the Ghosties campaign, so I gotta play my paladin.
you get to play
I
Tor.
gotta remember how to play my paladin.
Yeah, I know. It's been so long. It's been like 3 months.
Yep.
Insane.
By that point, it'll be 3 months.
Which is
nuts.
That's nuts. Time's moving way too fast for me.
Yeah. I just keep getting faster, man. Blake played his first game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
We kept our promise. We actually played.
And scored a perfect game on his first game.
Oh, let's fucking go.
I've been playing the game for like 10 years. And he beat me like a mule.
I have this weird innate ability to be kind of good at something the first time I try it, but then it takes me forever to get past that.
Yeah.
Like, I pick up on it immediately, but then learning more in-depth stuff takes me a while.
And I'm sure you can tell from your first game, there's a lot.
There's a lot. There's a lot. So I played a Skaven army because...
We played Spearhead.
Yeah, we played Spearhead because we didn't have a lot of time and I wanted to play.
And Spearhead is supposed to be able to play the game in an hour.
Yeah.
Which, if we knew the rules, I bet we would.
Yeah, it took about 2.
Yeah. But Spearhead is fixed rosters. So like every single Skaven army is going to be exactly the same. Every single Nurgle army is going to be exactly the same. Every single etc.
Yep.
But Plague perfect me.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I'm not just saying that because I won. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. It does help. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but playing the war game for the first time, it really kind of showed me what the appeal is for it. Being able to kind of rely on these little groups of your minis, like my wizard. I had a wizard character rat who did not do anything.
He didn't cast a single spell.
He was like supposed to be one of my 3 big guys. Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this guy. Cool model. Great mini. Fuck this guy. Meanwhile, my little rats never went below 4.
Yeah, and then they went back to 10.
And then they keep going back up to
clan
10.
rats, when they, at the end of a round, at the end of a turn, because it happens on my turn and on your turn, they get D3 rats back.
The rats back.
And unfortunately, I was playing Nurgle, and unfortunately, plague bearers don't kill enough rats.
They're very single target.
Yeah.
Very single. Except for your big... I'm so out of it because I don't know the names.
The big fly.
Yeah, the big
Plus
pus
Royal Blight Lord.
Plus Royal Blight Lord.
Yeah.
That's a Dark Souls boss.
The Blight Kings were also real good, but they just got evaporated.
I almost wiped him. I will say this, I am proud of this. I almost wiped him before his 3rd turn. And with the Nurgles on their 3rd turn, they basically call for reinforcements.
Yep.
And I think you had 1 unit left.
Yep.
Rats be strong.
Yeah, it was. I felt kind of bad because immediately I was like, those rat ogres, they gotta go.
Yeah, I did lose my rat ogres right away, but everyone else, my general, the general,
that guy is real
strong. What was the status condition?
Whenever the Claw Lord on Claw Beast.
Yep, Claw Lord on Claw Beast.
Whenever it takes any damage, it adds 3 to its attacks with its halberd.
Any damage.
Any damage. It has 8 health.
If it takes 1 health, it's going.
Yep. And it is bananas.
Yeah. So having the +8 to that.
Your leader was far better than my leader, because so Nurgle gets the Scrivener, which is an asshole with a scroll.
Ah.
And he doesn't do anything.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I had to try some like Hail Mary stuff towards the end to try to stay in the game, and then it didn't pay out.
It's fine.
I whiffed on your general, just whoop.
I think he got down to 2 health remaining.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I lost the general, there was not much I could do.
Yeah.
I had all my units still on the board, but my units were clan rats, the Grey Seer, which, as we stated earlier, couldn't hit any rolls,
Yep.
and then I had a sniper rat on the side who was putting in work, but he was at that point surrounded by 4 plus boys.
Yeah, plague bearers.
Yeah, so they bore me.
Yeah.
Plague bore.
They just, but it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of armies for spearheads, so we're gonna probably keep playing that for a bit. Maybe next Friday we're gonna try a full scale game.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
That means I can play one of my actual armies.
Fair enough.
I played Nurgle a lot.
That's
I
fair.
used to, like, it was like my first edition Age of Sigmar army. And now I don't play it so much. But like orcs, the Iron Jaws, and the Crow Boys, and then the Sons of Behemoth, which is the giants.
Okay, yeah.
Armies.
Yeah, you were telling me about how strong your giants were, and I was like, let's not go against that.
In the matchup for you, it would be tough because you don't have any monsters.
Fair.
You don't have anything that can really punch them down.
Yeah. I have something that could take a lot of hits,
Yeah.
but that's my general.
Yep.
Don't want to lose that right away.
Yep.
So.
Exactly.
But I am starting to see the appeal of war games. There's just something to it where you kind of get attached to these little units, and
that's my guy.
Spearhead specifically, with it being quick. I'm used to playing games of League of Legends, 45 minutes a game. Sit down for 45 minutes, play a game of Spearhead instead. Same time frame, could probably work out.
There's a game by, because you like League, I'm coming back into League. There's a game by a company called, what's it called? The name of the company doesn't matter right now, but they have a miniature game which is styled after a MOBA.
Okay.
And we should download it at DEFCON this year, I think.
Are they going to be there?
Yep. Creature Caster, that's who makes it.
Oh!
Creature Caster.
They're on my mini factory.
Yeah. You probably have some other minis for that game.
I'm pretty sure I do, actually. Pretty sure I do. It's so crazy being like a tribes member of the actual My Mini Factory tribe, because they just give you so many freebies from so many different creators. So, like every single month I have like 12 new minis.
Yeah.
It's great. Fantastic.
Like Friday set his printer back up in his new house. Are the minis that are on there, are they from like this month, or are they like...
The minis that are on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're brand new.
It's got some like crazy forest cultists.
I overexposed them a little bit using new resin. I'm using flesh-colored resin to save a little bit of time. I could speed paint it flesh-colored, but
I think you should still put a flesh color speed paint over it.
I think you do, but it looks so much better.
Yeah, but I think you just throw like that so it just shades it.
Yeah, but I won't have to like be super minute with the details, which will be nice. I'm a perfectionist, and I get stuck on the little details every once in a while when painting.
It's gonna be rough when I have to paint those 40 clan rats.
Yeah,
The paint-a-thon is still coming.
the paint-a-thon is coming at some point.
Brutal.
We'll have to see.
But now Skaven. So Skaven won the not the Hell Cry. There's basically an event that was a starter box. You basically played the two factions in the starter box against each other, and then you reported to the site who won.
Okay.
The Hell Crown, that's what it was called. But you reported to the site who won, and then whoever won got to their new minis revealed first.
Oh, okay, so both sides are getting
Both
stuff.
sides are getting new minis, but Skaven wants to get to know what their new minis are first.
Perfect.
And they showed a bunch of characters off, and they're
All of them are good.
real cool.
Now I don't know stats, and I don't know like what their abilities are. Doesn't matter. Those are some good looking
There's
fucking
there's
minis.
like a horned rat prophet, which he's like stepping up, and he's got like crazy horns, and he's awesome. There's also like a rat that has a rat sewn into his shoulder that's reloading, just for like reloading his gun.
The rat is there to reload his gun. That's it.
It's like, what is my purpose? To reload my gun.
Oh no! Oh my god! No, you showed me that, and again, I know nothing, so I was like, oh, cool, they won something, so we get new things, or that's all the context I had. I didn't know that both sides were actually getting something.
So a lot of the minis are the Globadiers, the Storm Vermin, and the rats that are carrying machine guns. The Rat Poons.
I like that.
Those are all remake of old minis that used to be just like in a
Kind of like the rat ogres.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
They're just super old, and they got now they have new models coming out.
Good.
Yep.
Because
The clan rats also are new.
Fair. I remember you showed. We talked about it on the last podcast. But you showed me how the old rat ogres looked. Jesus fucking Christ, man! Put them down.
They were so bad.
Put them down.
There's like a certain part of me, so I love old minis. Not to play with.
Just to kind of be like, wow, that was a neat moment.
If I could find the old rat ogres in metal, I would paint them.
Because they used to do that, right?
Yeah.
They used to do metal prints.
Yep. I have quite a few metal minis.
Nice.
But it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Learned how to play.
Had a good time.
Yep.
Made a night out of it.
Yep.
Your son is getting so. Whenever he comes over,
Typically, my wife and son come along.
typically, yeah. I don't know if it's just because I've been on the earth a little bit longer now or what, but man, he's getting big fast.
Oh no, he is.
He's already walking and he's already.
now.
I am so sorry.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ.
He like stands up and is like,
Ooh, what's this? Ooh, ooh.
yeah, it's just ooh, ooh.
Yeah, no. But that night that we were, like I said, we made a night out of it. So his wife and his son were over, and it's just good times all around. And it is still just weird to kind of see a child growing. I don't know. It's just holy shit, he's getting so big so fast.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good time.
Yeah.
Good time, brother.
Good time, brother.
Speaking of Warhammer, something else got announced.
Well, it's been out, but now we have gameplay footage
Okay, I didn't know.
of Space Marine 2.
Space
And
Marine 2.
Before I was like, I liked Space Marine 1. It was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
But now, seeing the gameplay footage for Space Marine 2, I'm so fucking excited. There's a single player campaign,
Good.
a separate 3-player campaign,
Love it.
and a 6v6 multiplayer.
Like a hero team shooter?
No, like a class shooter.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. And there's like customization, so you can customize your Marine to be your way.
So what you're telling me is Halo Infinite's dead.
We'll have to see. It really depends on how good the multiplayer is.
Okay.
If the multiplayer is really good, potentially.
There's not much keeping both 343 and Bungie afloat. We'll get into that later.
I want Halo Infinite to stay alive because I actually
You like it?
I like Halo Infinite. I do. I think the multiplayer is really good. The biggest crime that 343 committed there is they took too long to put out a new map, new guns, new anything.
Yeah.
It was the same map, same guns, same everything for over a year.
So I want to run something by you because I've been thinking about this. Game comes out. The game gets super popular, has a lot of people involved. Like we'll take Halo Infinite, we'll take Helldivers 2, we'll take Lethal Company.
Yep.
Do you think that the way that the creators of the games should prioritize releasing content is release a lot in that first peak moment and then slowly trickle into slower releases, or stick to a schedule of, hey, every 2 months we're going to have a brand new this, brand new that, brand new this? Because I'm starting to think, like with how much games are getting replaced by the next big thing every month, like I feel like the first week there should be something new. Then the second week there should be something like new map the first week, new character the second week, new villain the third week, and then next month it's like, okay, now we have a new map and a new villain. Then the next month, hey, here's 2 new heroes. And then it slowly goes to, okay, we're going to do, every 2 months we have blank and blank. Like, slowly trickle down. But for that first period where there's so many people playing, keep that content coming.
I think I agree with that. And then I think you go, okay, we had our 2 weeks of excitement, crazy, a couple months of that, and then you go, now we're going to release something every 2 months.
Yep. I think that should be the way to do it.
Still oodles content people are still consuming, and then they get that, okay, I've caught up, and I have 2 months to play this.
Yep.
Okay, I've got 2 months to play this.
Yep. But when everyone's playing, we're just going to use Helldivers as an example here.
Yeah.
Everyone's playing Helldivers. Everyone and their mother has Helldivers downloaded. Everyone's grouping up for it. I feel like it would have stayed in the vision of the gamers for a while longer if they, hey, that third faction came out at the end of month 1. Hey, here's a brand new planet. End of month 1. They did their best. Again, smaller company.
What killed Helldivers is its own can of worms. What killed Helldivers was Sony.
Sony did kill Helldivers.
That's what killed
Hey,
Helldivers.
90% of the world can't play it anymore because they don't have a PlayStation account.
Yep. They backtracked that, but now you can't buy it if you don't live in a country that's PSN.
Exactly.
So
fucked up.
Yeah, I got an issue with that. Because Helldivers, one of the best games that's been made.
It's very good.
It's very good.
It's very good. And now the thing that's slowly killing it is that action removed 75% of the player base.
And a lot of people just boycotted it because, oh, now I can't play with my friend that's overseas in India because they don't have PSN there.
Yeah.
I can't play it now. I'm not playing it.
A lot of creators actually kind of started that boycott. One of the big names I remember was Pirate Software. Like him a lot. Definitely at the forefront of that boycott.
Yeah.
A lot of people
That
are
guy
always
is smart.
insanely smart.
So if you have, go check that guy out because
Pirate
he
Software.
used to be an
Yeah.
ethical hacker.
Yeah.
That was his job.
Hacking companies to try to help them with their security, right? Yeah.
Like big power plants and stuff.
Yeah, insane. Super smart.
Yep.
But he was kind of at the forefront of the boycott for good reason.
Yep.
But with
he also worked for Blizzard.
And didn't his dad work for Blizzard?
Yes. His dad. So his dad is the guy that the South Park guy. You know this guy?
The guy from the World of Warcraft episode. The most popular South Park episode. The guy leaning like this that kind of looks like us.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, old and fat. Fuck. But yeah, no, like, I feel like Helldivers, besides that, Sony thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the content really fast, and then slowly, gradually release less and less. Until you get to a point where, okay, now we're at our schedule.
Well, let's look at a game like Palworld.
Yeah.
Palworld had the world in its hand. Just.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't release anything for months and months and months. But Palworld was because they were making Palworld until they ran out of money.
Yes.
Then they released it.
Then they
So
released
they didn't
it.
have anything in the back burner that was coming out.
Yep. They were like, they were timing it to where the moment that we were about to go bankrupt is when we're going to release this game. That is why Palworld came out, because they had no more money that they could pour into it. And so that is also kind of its own can of worms. But
And like last month they finally had a raid boss.
no, they added a raid boss a while ago, but they added that new Japanese inspired.
New biome.
Yeah.
Type thing.
But this was also like 7 months after release.
Yeah.
Which to be fair, a game like Palworld, which is a survival game,
The releases are pretty slow.
yeah, and you can play that initial chunk for a while.
Yeah.
So
That's how I made my streaming like foothold was Valheim.
yeah,
And I didn't release anything for like a year.
yeah.
But back to Space Marine 2, because it's going to lead me into a rant. Because I got big beef with Games Workshop. But Space Marine 2 it's looking super cool. The missions look dynamic. You feel like a Space Marine.
That's what
watching
people
play this
want.
game. Yeah. Like if you're playing on a tabletop, you're like, yeah, my Space Marine's kind of just a shitter dude. But in Space Marine, you're what a Space Marine should be, which is like a demigod on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Killing like thousands.
Now the last 40K game that I played, like actual video game, was Bolt Gun of all games.
Bolt Gun's sweet.
Bolt Gun is such a cool little boomer shooter,
Yep.
like old school Doom, Wolfenstein style.
It's super cool.
It's so good. And you know they're releasing a lot of Warhammer games now, and that one was a good one. I got it for free, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. And I played for like 8 hours. It's a good game. But yeah, no, if that level of quality kind of leads into this, I might actually play
After
it
this
too.
podcast, I'll show you the gameplay trailer.
I saw it. You sent it. No, you didn't send it to me. But I saw it the day it got shown.
Yeah. So sick.
Dude.
In the gameplay trailer, there's a Dreadnought that breaks through a wall with a Hellbrute, which is like a Chaos Dreadnought,
Mm-hmm.
and just like stabs his minigun into its chest and just
I remember y'all.
dude shoves it to the ground and he's like, where are the heretics? And they're just like, so fucking cool.
I did play Vermin 10 as well, but so.
Yeah, that's technically Warhammer Fantasy. That's not even Age of Sigmar.
Fair. No, Dark Tide is the one.
Dark Tide is the 40K one.
Yeah, I did not play Dark Tide,
But my first army that got me into Warhammer, the Death Watch,
Yup.
have been crammed into a book where I can't play 90% of my army, you know?
It's
official? It's official. People be like, oh, Majesty, you could play the Marines as Ultramarine rules, and then have your like detachment of Death Watch with special Death Watch. I want my whole army to have special Death Watch rules.
Yeah.
I can't take a Death Watch Marine with a rocket launcher anymore.
They just don't have a class for it now?
That's just not an option.
Mm.
They can take Thunderhammers, frag cannons, and heavy bolters.
That's it?
That's it.
For the elites of the Space Marines?
Yep.
I can't. That doesn't make sense.
No. I can't take Death Watch squads with rocket launchers anymore. I can't take Death Watch Terminators anymore. I can't take I can take regular Death Watch dudes, and I can have 2 special weapons in the squad.
No leaders, no characters, nothing.
There's 2 characters. There's the Watchmaster and there's Watch Captain Artemis, who's a named guy.
Ooh.
So
He stayed.
he actually got removed from the last book and then re-added this book.
Okay.
But it's super frustrating for someone who has. I have like 15,000 points of Death Watch, and I just can't play 90% of it now.
Well,
I have an Imperial Knights army, so like I still can play the game. Not that I want to. 10th edition's a fucking mess. It is a mess.
is that this edition?
Yes.
I thought it was going to be good.
So did I, because I'm pretty sure I remember telling you, I'm excited for 10.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. And then it's a mess. They added rules to pivoting tanks, so like your tank has to like pivot before it can go forward now, which is a rule from 7th edition, which is known as the most bloated edition of 40k of all time.
With a bunch of bullshit that didn't need to be added to make it not fun.
Yep.
Ooh, my favorite.
Yes. Oh, let me do the math here so I can turn my tank 35 degrees. And
They brought that back.
yeah.
Awesome.
I want to love 40k because that's what got me into the hobby. I love 40k. I love the Death Watch, but they have made it unplayable now. And in the thing, they're like, oh, maybe Death Watch will get their codex later. Nope, because they specifically call out the Grey Knights getting their own codex because they haven't yet. But the Death Watch will get one.
Yeah, no, that's a shame.
Yeah. So like, what was really cool about the Death Watch is I could have like 5 regular dudes, and then in the squad of like 10 guys,
Yeah.
I could have 5 that were regular dudes and 5 that were. I could have 5 Terminators.
Oh.
A mixed squad.
Nice.
Or I could have 5 regular guys, 2 Terminators, 2 guys with jetpacks.
You can really just customize your unit the way you want.
That was like the whole thing with Death Watch.
Hmm.
And like, let's say if I had the Terminators, it's like, oh, the squad now counts as being 1 higher toughness. Oh, if you have jetpacks, they can run and charge. That's not what the actual rule was, but that's like the type of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, if you have a bike, you can fall back and still shoot, like in combat.
So there were plenty of options for you to kind of capitalize whatever weakness that you saw coming, as long as you saw it coming and you knew about it.
Or I have this squad here which has 5 guys, regular guys with rocket launchers. I have
Burgers and fries?
and I have two Terminators that have big missile racks on top of them.
Yep.
And then a jetpack guy or a bike guy so I can still fall back and shoot. That squad, I can't play that squad anymore. I'll have to take a picture of what I can still play and what I can't play.
I'm sure it's probably just very depressing.
I can't play any of my Dreadnoughts anymore.
I know what a dreadnought is.
Yep.
And you can't play.
I can't play Death Watch Dreadnought. I can play an Ultramarines Dreadnought that's panned like Death Watch. That was what they suggested in their official article.
That's a bad look.
You can still play your Death Watch Marines as black-clad Marines using the Space Marine Codex. I don't want to play Space Marines.
You want to play Death
I want
Watch?
to play Death Watch. If I wanted to play Imperial Fists, I would have yellow Space Marines.
So, question for you as the devil's advocate. Does the Space Marine class have subclasses that you could kind of make into Death Watch? No. Okay.
No.
You would just have to play base Space Marines.
Yep.
It's like people picking Ryu in a fighting game. Like, I'm not there for the main character. I don't want to play as Space Marines. I want to play the cool one. I'm the type of person where I'll always pick like the secondary character.
Yeah.
Like
Luigi.
Yeah. Like I don't want to play Mario in Smash Bros. I'd rather play Luigi or any of the other characters.
So and my bitching is like, oh, you can't play your special Space Marines, but your bitching is not to play regular Space Marines. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Well, because you were able to before, and then they took it away.
It'd be like if they did the same thing with the Black Templars. Black Templars have their own codex. If they just went, actually, Black Templars are just Space Marines now.
Then that would probably go over a lot worse because I know about Black Templars as well.
Yeah, so the reason that everyone's like rationalizing it's okay with Death Watch is because it is the smallest player group. It is the smallest player group by a pretty good margin. But they only came out 2 editions ago.
Didn't even really get to survive because it's what, 3 years between editions, 4 years?
Yeah, it's about 3 years in edition.
Yeah.
So, womp womp.
Yeah, you just kind of got. There's nothing I can say to kind of make you feel better.
No,
that sucks.
I'm real tore up about it.
Age of Sigmar is cool.
Age of Sigmar is a better game.
Age of Sigmar is cool. That's what we're gonna learn here today. Age of Sigmar
If
is
the
better.
buddy I was talking to earlier on Snapchat, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, but I just told you I wanted to get into 40K. I'm sorry. Age of Sigmar is the better game. It just is. The game is more balanced. The game is more fun. The community is better. The game doesn't start. You got first turn. Okay, go ahead. Oh, now I have 3 models on the board because you have this crazy list that just shoots everything off the board turn 1. Doesn't happen in Age of Sigmar. There are armies that are better, but you're never out of a game.
That's fair. And I gotta say, Skaven are pretty fucking cool.
They're cool. Rats are cool.
Are there space rats?
They're not space rats.
40K can suck my left nut.
There are no space rats.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. But there are Age of Sigmar Space Marines.
Are they just Marines?
They're called Stormcast Eternals.
Gotcha.
I'll pull up a picture after we're done the pot of a Stormcast Eternal next to a Space Marine.
Is it the same fucking thing?
It looks like the same fucking thing.
Jesus fucking
A lot of people use Stormcast to like kit bash like characters for their Space Marine armies.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
Like having like an actual steel sword on your Space Marine.
yeah.
Gotcha. I like that.
Yeah. That's my rant. It's just a blatant slap in the face to anyone playing Deathwatch.
Yeah. It's even though it is the smallest group of players, you gotta worry about small group of players as well.
Yeah.
They're still players.
Yeah.
Like
Like I said, I play Imperial Knights, so I'm not like out of the game.
but when are they gonna get removed?
Who knows? It's now set a precedent, and I'm like, why should I buy this? It's just gonna get removed.
So I don't really have, I do have kind of a comparison point. League of Legends, here we go again,
Yeah.
likes to redo and like remake and upgrade older champions to make them newer.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that I should say, a lot of the ones they like to do that to are the ones that are the least played, the smallest player bases. However, those player bases are die-hard fans because you're playing the quote-unquote worst characters.
Yeah. Corkies.
The Corkies, the Aurelian Souls, the Skarners, the Udyr. You see where I'm getting here?
Yeah.
3 of those have gotten reworked since then.
So the comparison to this would be like if they took Yone and went, nope, Yone doesn't exist anymore. He's now a Yasuo skin.
Oh, but Yone's so much better. That's a good. I like that. That's a good point.
Yep, Yone is now.
Now I feel it. I love Yone.
Yeah.
So,
But now Yone is just a Yasuo skin.
Mmm.
Not enough people playing Yone. Yasuo.
Mmm. Okay. Yeah, no, I'd be fucking pissed too.
Now, if they release Yone as a skin for Yasuo in 2XKO,
I'd probably get it.
I would understand. Because
A fighting game character is very in-depth. 2XKO's Alpha Lab came out, by the way.
it's really good.
And your boy got a code, and it comes with a friend code,
So I got a code.
so of course,
It's really
so fucking good.
It's really
I've been playing it all fucking day. Oh my god. It is, and
It's so fast.
it's fast paced. The team up, so I'm very much a 1v1 me on Final Destination, no items type of fighting game player.
Smash Bros. Isn't a fighting game.
No, I know, but I'm using that as a comparison point. You just want to start drama. We're gonna get canceled.
Smash Bros. Isn't a fighting game. It's a party game.
It's a party game.
Well,
That you can turn into something fun. It's not a fighting game.
if you have to go no items, I just assume you don't know how to play Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good you are. If you go no items, you're not good at Smash Bros.
The point is the randomness, the chaoticness.
Yep, it's a party game. Always has.
I play a lot with no items, but that's because that's how I got into the game.
Because you're bad at Smash Bros.
Because that's how I
I
got
want
into
problems always.
Always problems. Nothing but problems.
I can't wait for someone to come back and watch this and be like, these guys have the icest cold takes.
They're not hot at all. Everyone knows that already.
I have no love for Smash Bros.
Man, Ultimate's really good though. But yeah, no, 2XKO, the Alpha Lab came out, I got a code. I've been playing it all fucking day.
Brahma's real fun.
Every single character is really
They're all
fun.
Except for, I don't care for Ari's playstyle, but
She's a rushdown, and rushdown characters aren't popular. Like, they're popular. They're so fucking smart over there. I want you to know that. Because rushdowns and grapplers and stuff like that, those two are some of the lower archetypes. Rushdowns are way higher than grapplers. But what they did is they took one of the top 3 most popular League of Legends champions and made it a rushdown character. So now that rushdown character is going to get play because it's fucking Ari.
Yeah.
No, each one of the characters has so much going on for them. The game is visually beautiful.
Yeah.
That game looks way better than I thought it was going
like
to.
walk up like intros. Selfishly, it's not going to happen because it makes the game too demanding, and that's like League's appeals. It can run on a toaster.
Yep. And so can 2XKO, by the way.
We know that League can run on a toaster.
We have a friend of ours who is currently watching who is basically running on a Samsung Smart Fridge.
Yeah.
So, but it runs League.
But like the walkout, like and they do like a little quip.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that to get introduced into League. Actually, the console version of League,
Yeah.
Wild Rift,
Yeah.
they have like a walking loading screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's way cooler.
It's whenever you see all your champions 3D models and they do like cool little animations and say lines and stuff.
We could all be playing the Heartsteel skins with the walking loading screen.
Mm-hmm.
We know the words to that song, but every time we get sagged, so I'm a tank main in League, so I buy Heartsteel almost every single
First item, every time.
And I'll be like, I guess you guys will never guess what I'm building.
The joke there is that for those that are uncultured like me, and now Jesse because he's back in, League of Legends created a fake boy band that released a song called Paranoia. The name of the band is Heartsteel, based off of the item from the game. So every time he builds Heartsteel, we sing the song because, haha, funny.
Yeah, and sing is a loose term.
We make noises that kind of sound like it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I just talk.
Yeah. I really hope that League's like, man, this loading screen's real cool.
Yeah, well, Wild Rift's been out for so long, and I've been fighting for that for day one since day one. Like, they have like a model viewer where like you go to buy a skin, and it'll show you the 3D model, like animated intro of that skin.
Yeah.
How is that not on the PC version of it?
I don't know. I think it's genuinely because they want League to keep running on
Nothing.
Yeah. Because you have a bunch of these old head League players that haven't upgraded their PC since 2004.
Yep. And they started playing in alpha in 2009. I get it, but it's like, release a version of the client. Release Wild Rift on PC. Have people have the option. Like, do you want to play the fast-paced version or the old version? Both are good in their own way, but one of them is just way newer, a little bit more demanding. But 2XKO can run on anything. It is a free-to-play fighting game made by Riot Games. It's currently in its alpha state, so the game's a little buggy and there's some stuff going on. But I have no issues. Every character is fun to play. Every character is different. They're all incredibly well designed and faithful to their champion and league. The lobby system for finding matches, avatars aren't ugly as fuck. I'm sorry, I've been getting back into Guilty Gear Strive. That lobby system is fucking terrible.
Why?
Because they announced that Lucy.
Oh yes, because Lucy is a character in Guilty Gear.
And I've liked Guilty Gear for a while. I like the characters a lot. So I started playing it again, and God, that lobby's awful. But the one in 2XKO is great. And I'm able to find matches immediately, even though there's like 1% of the normal population playing it. The matches feel very well balanced. They have what's called fuses, which are different kind of like add-ons. If you've ever played a fighting game in the past like 10 years, they have something like, if you play Mortal Kombat, they have that where you can take this style, or this style of character, or this style, It's basically their version of that. The first fuse is modern controls from Street Fighter 6, where you keep hitting the button and you do a combo. You don't have to do motion inputs. You don't have to make sure you're hitting the right button in the right string of the combo. It's just, hey, here's your combo. Can you time it right? Do you have good macro? Do you have good foot play? Footsies. Jesus fucking Christ, what a Freudian slip. Not foot play. Footsies. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that is the first option. Making 2XKO probably the most beginner-friendly fighting game. Yeah. Which is funny because League of Legends is the most beginner-enemy video game in existence. So, but yeah, no, you got to play a little bit here before.
I played it at my house too.
You did?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, you didn't let me know.
I played I was only doing training.
Fair.
I was just seeing who I liked.
Gotcha.
I like Braum. Not showing anyway because I actually love Braum as a character.
Mm-hmm. Torb is loosely based on Braum. Your D&D
Torb
character.
is very. Torb is like a combination of Braum and All Might.
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it. Speaking of All Might,
moment of silence for getting that.
boy, if you were following that for 10 years, let me tell you, the main villain of that series should not have been called All for One. It should have been called All for Nothing because fucking hell, that story ended terribly.
It did. It ended really bad.
Spoilers for My Hero Academia. If you are currently watching and you're not caught up to the current state of the manga, which now the manga is over, please do not listen for skip ahead 10 minutes. If you're watching this live, mute us for a little bit.
What time today? Maybe.
Sounds good. I'm trying to think of how.
Yeah, just do it on YouTube.
Yeah. Timestamp for this. Spoilers. Right up here. So, we're going to go in. 3, 2, 1. So, Midoriya loses his quirk.
Yep.
Doesn't get any of the recognition.
Nope.
Basically gets pitied into a role as a teacher at UA.
Yep.
Doesn't get to date or marry Uraraka, which they were building up the entire series.
Doesn't talk to any of them anymore.
Hasn't talked to them in 8 years.
Yep.
Bakugo's in therapy, so he's not the number one hero either, because that would have been kind of like a, hey, I can't do it, so maybe my best friend can do it.
Yep.
Nope. He's there. He's not. It's nothing happened. There's a statue of Monoma, the guy from Class 1B,
Yep.
the one that yells at yells at 1A. There's a statue of him. No statue for Deku.
Yep.
Nothing. Nothing happened. There's nothing. And if you're going to say, and I wanted to bring this up, so Deku got none of the recognition, none of the praise, none of the gratitude of the populace. No one knows that All for One is defeated, and Shigaraki was defeated. And you might be saying, but Plague, the point of it is that he did it, not that he got the gratification. He's the number one hero because he did it without the recognition. Episode 1, we get introduced to All Might, who is a symbol of hope for the people in the world of My Hero Academia.
Yep.
A symbol of hope that is praised, and movies and posters and video games and action figures are made of this character because he is supposed to be a symbol of hope. Their whole basis is the recognition is worth it because people need to have something to recognize. Not, he was a good person regardless, so it doesn't matter if he didn't get the recognition.
Yeah.
He lost everything, didn't get the girl, doesn't have any friends, and has got a pity job at the school that trained him because he had nowhere else to go. That's your ending. Hey, thanks for the 10 years of manga sales.
Yep.
What?
The only thing I can hope is that this is just a build-up for just My Hero. That would be the only way I could see this, because at the end he does talk to Bakugo. He gets the mech suit.
Yeah.
Basically turning him into Iron Man.
Yeah.
The only way I could see this recovering is if
My Hero Shippuden.
Yeah, but essentially yes.
Yeah.
Just the title My Hero. It's not acting anymore because it's not school anymore.
Just My Hero. You know, I didn't even think of that. If they do something like that in a year, 2 years time,
Yep.
you can kind of salvage this. It's still a bad ending.
Yep.
Doesn't feel good.
We'll just turn into a just skip My Hero Academia and just go with the My Hero.
Here's this fight. Here's this fight. Here's the reason. Okay, now watch My Hero.
Yeah, it's like Naruto. I tell people, I'm like, watch these 3 crucial fights.
Yeah. Watch the Zabuza arc. Watch the Rock Lee Gaara fight. Watch like 10 episodes of the Sasuke retrieval arc.
Yep.
You're good.
Yep, and then go into Shippuden.
And then watch Shippuden and then skip like half of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, I'm not the biggest fan of My Hero. I like it. Like, I've kept up with it.
My biggest issue with My Hero is the community.
The fandom is really bad for that series. It's one of the worst.
Sorry. My biggest issue is I like when the kids touch each other. Like, it's yucky. I don't like it.
Yeah. The only good thing to come out of the fandom is the fucking Baku Deku slime TikToks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look up Baku Deku slime.
I don't.
And it sounds like it's bad because we're talking about the community. No, it's just a dumb little, like, role play thing that people from the community did. I think it's funny. That's it. Bad community.
Not a bad community. It's just, I think a lot of the My Hero fans are younger adults or high schoolers themselves.
So they get attached to the characters and
yeah.
I suppose that was a little harsh for me.
I think the biggest issue is I'm too old for that community. I'm too much of an anime old head.
Yeah.
But here I was watching, Evangelion, like.
Yeah, exactly. Starting off with Inuyasha and Evangelion, and so I get it. My Hero was okay. Like, it was like, oh hey, there's a new season coming out. I'll stay caught up. Oh, I have nothing else to watch. I'll watch the My Hero. Oh, that was a really cool fight. Oh, I like a lot of these side characters.
I don't think it's one of the new big 3.
I don't think it is either. Now that it's finished, I don't think it is.
Yeah, I think it'll be it'll fall in the same space that Fairy Tail did.
Yeah, it's like the 4th.
Yep.
And I will say, similar to the Big 3, it had the same problem that Shippuden did. That final fight took way too fucking long for no goddamn reason.
I think it's going to be the same issue with JJK.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, the fight with Sukuna is taking a long time.
Shibuya's going to take way too fucking long.
Shibuya's not.
Or not Shibuya.
Just Sukuna?
This Sukuna fight's going to take too long.
Yeah. Yep. I mean,
there's a
there's
reason
still
I call it
going.
Lobotomy Kaizen.
Yeah.
I like JJK.
I like JJK a lot.
Let me just preface that.
Yeah.
But now we gotta wait till 2027 or whatever to
Watch season 3.
watch season 3.
And they've done-
Hikari.
Oh, I fucking love Hikari. Specifically,
You know what?
I'll admit it. Specifically because of the memes.
Yeah.
Like
Hikari was a cool character regardless, but now because of the
memes
memes and people act like actually idolizing him, fuck yeah, Hikari's the man. He can do no wrong, just gamble more.
That's the life lesson, kids.
Just
gamble more.
Gamble your mortgage.
100%. I still just cannot believe that My Hero ended that way.
I can't either. I was really surprised by it.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be the most generic, feel-good ending. Like, oh, hey, Deku gets to take his kid to UA now, and he's the #1 hero, and everyone's idolizing him, and he's walking through the gates of UA.
And there's Old Man All Might.
There's Old Man All Might as the principal, and some of his classmates are now the teachers, which, not out of pity, because they're retired now. Like, yeah. Could have been good. And on a wet, soggy fart. Happens.
Like I said, you got the suit of armor after. I wouldn't be surprised if a year or 2 from now we got My Hero Shippuden.
Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see, but at this moment in time.
Womp womp. Which actually, to be honest, I liked My Hero Vigilante better.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because Stars and Stripes was more prevalent in that one.
Didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
I never read Vigilante.
It's happening in America.
Oh.
So
Stars and Stripes is literally the number one
Yeah.
hero. So
Stars
and
and
Stripes
Stripes
so
way
fucking cool.
So cool.
So cool.
Fucking
Muscle Mommy. God damn.
Her quirk is so good.
So you're not a big fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
And I'm not.
But
There's a character in JoJo's who does something similar. His name is Rohan Kashibe, and the stand's called Heaven's Door. Whatever he writes into someone's book becomes reality. So he could just like open up their face, right up on the page of their face. So and so can no longer hit Rohan Kashibe. Cannot do it. Their body breaks down. Like there's nothing. There's an invisible barrier now. Imagination as a power is so fucking strong.
Yeah. As a side note, speaking of animes that fizzled out, man, it's kind of the same concept. Seven Deadly Sins. The sin of whatever Esterosa, where he's like you can't swing on him if you wish an ill attempt or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same concept, but that's a cool power.
It's a cool power. You have to.
Yeah, Seven Deadly Sins. Let's. What a talk about letdown. To be fair, I can't animate. I'm not going to say I could have done it better, but I will say, what a downgrade. If you're going to watch Seven Deadly Sins, get ready to watch the first two seasons.
And then all of a sudden go, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. So there's that.
It's weird.
Oh no! What are you doing?
Messing with my microphone.
Is it kind of bugging you?
No, it's just, it was right here and it was like pointing outward.
Let's hope that you're loud enough. Maybe my mic's picking you up.
Yeah, either way.
Either way, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. We're still working out these little fellows.
Yeah, they're real cool though.
Yeah, you're going to get to season 2. Alright, time to start season 3, but what is this?
What is this? It's falling apart at the seams.
Speaking of, I don't know if you noticed it. We went and saw Deadpool last night.
We did. We saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
We finally went and saw. We still haven't seen Godzilla X Kong. Because someone hasn't seen the rest of the movies.
Who?
There's Owl.
Who could it be?
I want to hear your thoughts on it, like.
So, I grew up with the Fox Marvel movies.
Yep.
Elektra. Oh, shit. Spoilers for Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Big spoiler episode.
Big spoiler episode. Big spoilers. If you haven't watched it and you're thinking about watching it, please do. I think it's really good. It's the best Marvel movie I've seen in the last 8 years.
It's my second favorite of the Deadpool movies. I like 2 just a little bit.
Because of Cable?
Well, because of Cable and because you get the classic red Juggernaut.
Yeah.
By the way, I got beef.
Spoilers in 3, 2, 1.
Can we get one fucking movie where the Juggernaut is the Juggernaut? Because he's not just a guy that's really strong.
No.
His power is momentum. That's why every time he's like locked up, he can't move at all.
Yep.
Because once he starts moving, nothing can stop him.
That's the
thing.
That's the point. Like if you guys remember watching the old school X-Men movies, there was a scene, which again, not a great interpretation of Juggernaut, but pretty good, with him just breaking through the jail wall, through the jail wall, through the jail.
Juggernaut, bitch.
What a line. I still remember that line.
I think, like, he's not just super strength. His power is not super strength.
It's momentum.
Momentum.
Let him
momentum.
Let him
move.
But yeah, no. So we watched that Deadpool and Wolverine last night. I'm a big fan of the Fox Marvel movies. I grew up watching the Blade trilogy. Grew up watching Elektra and Daredevil.
There's some great callouts in that when Blade goes, "I don't like you," and then Deadpool goes, "You never did." That's a callback to the Blade movies because Blade tells Ryan Reynolds, who is in the movie, "I don't like you."
Like that's my favorite part about this movie is the fact that it feels like so many cameos and little Easter eggs and little this was made with love and fun.
Yep.
And
it is a genuinely good Marvel movie as well. On top of it, you get the basic premises. Deadpool gets his opportunity to become a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like the big ones, like with the Avengers. And the only way he can do it is by letting his universe end and being moved into the what's it called?
The sacred timeline.
The sacred timeline. Deadpool, as we know, is not going to let the people that actually care about him die for no reason. And the only way to restore his timeline is to get the pivot character, the anchor point of his timeline back. The anchor point, we find out that the Deadpool movies take place in the Logan timeline. Logan died, so he has to go get a new Wolverine. That's the premise. But while going on that bit of an adventure, we get to meet a lot of the old Fox Marvel characters. And I feel like just seeing them back, I care way more about Blade than I do Hulk.
When I saw Wesley Snipes come around the fucking corner, I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, I know. Like I care way more for the X-Men, Wolverine, Deadpool, Blade, Elektra. Gambit was there, and I'm sure you've seen some edits of Channing Tatum as Gambit.
So the reason that's so funny is because Channing Tatum was originally supposed to be Gambit
in X-Men Origins Wolverine, right?
Yep. He was supposed to be Gambit, but because there was some 5-film contract he had with another company, he couldn't do X-Men Origins.
I hope it wasn't for Magic Mike.
No, it wasn't Magic Mike. It was another movie. Another series of movies he was in. I think it was like 21 Jump Street. Those movies. But he finally was able to beat Gambit, and he keeps referencing, he's like, all the enemies I could have faced.
All the times
I don't know if my universe knows I exist.
I don't know if I actually never really seen my universe.
I think I was maybe born here.
I might have been born here.
They're like in the crazy void.
Yeah, they're in the void where the TVA zaps people that don't exist in the timelines. It's like I think I was born. Like a lot of nods like that. Like I love that shit. There's a big group of. Go ahead.
Channing Tatum does a really bad Cajun accent.
I think it's good. I have family down south, and that's better than most.
Yeah.
It's better than most.
I'll give him that. But it's like, oh, buddy.
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard the line like, "Oh, my God, man, for myself out, y'all."
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what you get. Besides the corny one-liners, the action is phenomenal. The fight scene with these characters, they do a great job because Wesley Snipes is getting up there. A lot of these characters haven't played an action role in a while. They all do a fantastic job. Also, I do have to say, big spoilers here. Why is Cassandra Nova more of an interesting villain than any of the villains in the other Marvel movies?
I don't know.
Because I really got attached to Cassandra Nova. That shit, oh dude, what a good villain.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, Cassandra Nova is the villain of Deadpool and Wolverine. She is the sister of Charles Xavier, leader of the X-Men. Also bald. Super cool. In like the 30 minutes that she was on the screen for this movie, she had more of an impact on me than Thanos ever kind of did.
Yeah. Well, she was a scary villain.
She was a scary villain. Like there was nothing they could have done. They had to bargain with her.
Yeah.
That is how they.
So the way that she you get introduced to her is Johnny Storm, played by Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Johnny Storm.
Yep. Which he was originally Johnny Storm. That was his first.
That is his first role.
But he basically is like, he says some shit about her in this big spike ball, and Deadpool repeats it, and she just goes, and all the skin just off his body.
In a second, skin's gone, and he falls into a pile of mashed potatoes.
Yep.
Oh, that's a villain.
Yep. She doesn't even think about it, she just there.
Yeah. And then she does, like, I will say that the hand scenes, so she really likes probing people's minds, because just like Charles Xavier, she has telekinetic abilities.
Yep.
So the way she does it, she has to get up close and personal, so she just pushes her hand in through your skull and is like worming it around. The CGI they did for that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Disturbing level.
To a disturbing level. Like popping out of the eye sockets and the nostril. Oh, dude. Why is Cassandra Nova a better villain than most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe villains? I don't get it. Do you agree?
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
I thought she was really good.
So here's my big gripe. They like hyped up the Deadpool Corp, and they were in the movie for 3 minutes.
That's, yeah.
As a side note, Blake Lively is Lady Deadpool.
That's Ryan Reynolds' wife, right?
Yep. Kid Deadpool.
And that's their daughter,
That's
right?
their daughter. Baby Deadpool is their baby.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They recorded their baby's battles. And as a side note, I know it's tough to animate things and CGI is tricky. When they fell out of the bus, in the back of the bus, did you notice the CGI?
Yeah.
He Deadpool like twirls his sword and it just like goes through Wolverine's arm like
Yeah.
4 times.
There's a little bit of comic bookiness to it. But I felt
Wolverine's wearing the iconic.
that's all I've ever wanted.
He pulls the hood up. He's got the like.
He's got the foops and the white eyes and like. Okay, so I want you guys to know, I'm not a big fan. I say this a lot now.
Yeah, you're not a fan of a lot of things. That's a big fan.
That is a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Marvel, but I love the X-Men. What I do love about Marvel is a lot of like the niche stuff, plus the X-Men. The X-Men is the one big thing I do like.
Yeah.
I grew up watching those movies and playing Marvel vs. Capcom and playing like Wolverine all the time, and seeing him finally in a movie with the iconic yellow suit, it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait.
There's a callback. There's a lot of callbacks to Wolverines. Like he goes through and he's like trying to find a Wolverine to come back to him. There's comic book accurate Wolverine, which
Yep.
makes sense. He's like really short.
Really short.
Because in the comics he is short.
He is like 5'2".
Yeah. There's Cavalry. Henry Cavill's Wolverine.
Henry Cavill is the second person ever to play Wolverine.
Yep.
Super cool.
They came out and said there's no intention on recasting Wolverine currently. I wouldn't hate seeing Henry Cavill's Wolverine.
I wouldn't hate it either, but he's so tall.
The issue is he's too big. And the same with Geralt. He was too big to be Geralt.
Yeah, Geralt's also
He's
like
the best Geralt we're ever going to get. But he was too big to be Geralt.
yeah,
Perfect Superman, though.
good for Superman.
There's the Apocalypse one, where he's chained to the X.
Oh yeah,
That's one. The brown yellow suit,
which is also iconic. Yep, got to see Red Hulk regular Hulk for a second.
Yeah, Red Hulk was in the Captain America trailer, right at the end.
Also insane.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer it's not a Hulk movie, but whatever.
Are they ever gonna make another Hulk movie?
Probably not because they flop real hard.
Every single one.
You tell me a Hulk movie that you're like, oh boy!
There was only the two, right?
I think there's 3. So there's a Hulk, Incredible Hulk 2, and then there's the Hulk that's like
The Marvel
our
Hulk.
current Bruce Banner. Yeah.
So there's technically only one.
Technically, yes.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah. It's just, how much can you really do with big angry green guy?
That's a good point.
His character's not real deep.
No. Well, in the comics, yes.
Yeah.
But for a cinematic experience, yeah.
Yeah.
That's. But yeah, no, you're spot on the money with that Deadpool Corp thing. Like, I really thought there were going to be a bigger moment.
Yeah.
It was a really good fight,
Yeah, it was a good fight.
but it was like a 3-minute fight.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. But the voice for I believe the voice for Cowboy Deadpool.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's Matthew McConaughey.
Hell yeah.
Spider-Man. What's his name?
Peter Parker.
No, not actual Spider-Man. Tom Holland. Tom
Oh.
Holland's younger brother plays one of the Deadpools.
Nice.
Spider-Man would have been a cameo I would have liked to see.
That would have been really cool. Seeing Tom Holland and
Any of them. I would have been happy with any of them.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Oh, it would have been Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield is the only Spider-Man actor that we've had that can match the homoerotic levels of Deadpool.
I agree. I think Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker. Period. I think Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
You're probably right.
Well, I'm going to take that back. He's the best Peter Parker, second best Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man.
No love for Tobey?
I love Tobey.
I think the suits in the first Spider-Man movies are the best ones.
I'll agree with that.
I like the suits a lot.
But Tobey's too old to be Peter Parker.
Yeah. He already had bags under his eyes.
And he's not the best Spider-Man.
No, I know. I grew up on those movies, you know?
So did I.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. He's quippy, but again, he's a little too cool to be Peter Parker.
Yeah. Yeah. Those movies came out when being nerdy was cool. Like the fake big black rimmed glasses was like a fashion statement. And he looks like someone that would wear those fake rimmed glasses.
Yep. But I think you're right. I think if they bring him into the Deadpool franchise, or bring Spider-Man into Deadpool,
It should be Andrew Garfield.
It should be Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. Let Tom Holland have his movies. Those are pretty good movies from what I understand. I haven't watched them.
They're pretty good.
Okay. That's what I'm hearing. They're pretty good. I think that I don't want to see Tobey Maguire be gay with Deadpool. Because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Deadpool hitting on Spider-Man the entire movie.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
Well,
especially after this one.
Yeah. When they're in the van.
That was a sex scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It wasn't. But it kind of had sexy vibes.
It had sex scenes. So they have a fight in a Honda Odyssey.
Yeah.
And it felt like they were...
It felt erotic.
It felt erotic. Because they kept going back into the Honda Odyssey.
Yeah.
Like they kept getting flung out and it's like...
There's a point where Wolverine kicks Deadpool through a window and then you just see his hand come up and he's like...
Yeah.
It's so funny.
There's a part where I think Deadpool's choking Wolverine with a seatbelt.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've been there.
Podcast is over. I'm not doing this. No, it was good. I don't like it as much as I like the second one.
Yeah.
But Juggernaut in the third one is it's a callback to the old X-Men Juggernaut.
It's the old X-Men Juggernaut.
Juggernaut's also suit though. That guy is just that ripped.
Yeah. But you know, like the steel helmet, not red, the black suit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Cassandra Nova is a really good villain. This is a very good movie, even though we spoiled a lot of like the big, they got Wesley Snipes back as Blade moments. I still think it's worth it because it is just a good movie. Like it's a good, fun movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is missing. It's too serious.
Yeah.
These are comic books.
Mm-hmm.
These are superheroes.
And we never saw why Thor was crying.
Never got to see why Thor was crying. Which was probably superimposed over Peter Parker, right? Is that the scene where it's like, I don't feel so good, Thor?
No, he doesn't talk to Thor. He talks to Tony Stark.
Oh.
So I don't know, maybe that's a scene from a movie coming out.
That could be.
Because in theory, if I joined the official, well, yeah, you probably joined the Sacred Timeline unintentionally.
Yeah. I mean, the whole movie is basically, it's a send-off to Fox owning the Marvel stuff. So now basically all of the, Deadpool is a part of the cinematic universe. He's in the M for Marvel. He is there. You see him. And Disney's doing what they can, combining stuff. So he is now, there's a big chance that we can see Deadpool in the next Avengers movie.
Yeah, they take a lot of pokes at
Fox.
Yeah, they take a lot of pokes at Disney too.
It's pretty easy to do it with Disney.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah. But, no, it's a very good movie. I had a blast. I don't go to theaters often, especially since the pandemic happened. But, you know, this was one I definitely wanted to go see. So,
yeah, we had a good time.
Very good time.
You know, other news, Bungie fired a bunch of people.
So we kind of alluded to this earlier, but yeah, so Bungie, I think it's 25% of their staff just laid off. There was a tweet that I saw about someone who was like, one of the employees that got laid off, and she was like, she was tagging the CEO of Bungie, who was the one that laid them off. She was like, you took me to go see your new car 2 days ago. You knew I was going to be one of the ones laid off. And you were so like, things are fine, come take a look at them. So apparently the CEO of Bungie spends a lot of money on old classic cars.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of that Bungie money's going. All your Destiny money is funding that.
Yep.
Destiny's dead. That marathon game that they were going to release, that game's probably dead. Sorry, guys. I know what it's like to put 10 years into a game and just to have it
Well,
die.
I think Destiny 2 was done. The story for Destiny 2 was done.
Yeah, but I mean, technically it was dying. Like, people were very upset with it, and it just wasn't the same.
Correct.
But now it's definitely like, that was the last Destiny game you're ever going to have.
Probably.
That sucks. Like, this has been a common theme recently. A lot of companies basically overstaffed during the pandemic because people were inside a lot more, playing games more, so game sales were through the roof. And it's going to be like this forever. Our previous job was like this, where people got a lot of extra money and a lot of extra time to be able to do things they wanted and enjoyed, and they were able to spend money on things they wanted. And so our previous job was like, it's going to be like this forever. Dude, what a surge! We gotta make sure that we order enough for this all the time. Guess what? That money ran out. Time ran out. People went back to work.
Yep.
Things aren't gonna be like that. And that's the same thing that happened to these game companies. They overhired too much because they thought gaming was on the rise. Gaming is at the point it's always going to be. There's always going to be people who fall out of games and new ones that go into games. There's always going to be that huge level up top. That plateau is very long, ages 5 to 45.
Yeah.
But then, it falls off and it keeps creeping.
Yep.
So now that they have all these extra employees and they're not making the sales numbers that they were expecting,
Yeah.
it sucks. I think every single one of us has had a dream at some point to be like, I want to go work on making video games.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure if you're watching this podcast.
If you're watching this podcast, you probably thought at one point as a child, I want to work at a video game company.
Yeah.
Turns out, worst fucking job ever. Like, just one day you could be, making $20 an hour, working 75 hours a week.
Yep.
And then the next day you're, hey, laid off, sorry.
Yep.
It's a shame. But yeah, no. At least Destiny 2 ended,
Yep.
even though there were a lot of roadblocks along the way. At least it was able to end.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. But
It came to a natural end.
came to a natural end. Like this expansion was going to be the last expansion. They had a plan for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's like what was it called? The Blizzard 200.
Yeah.
Because so that guy we were talking about earlier. What's his name?
Pirate Software?
Yes. He was talking about how he was there when the Blizzard 200 happened.
Yeah.
And he basically walked in the front door, and if they told you to go left, you didn't have a job. If they told you to go right, you went back to your desk to work.
How fucked up is that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything quirky to say.
It sucks. It sucks.
It's a bad time. And like, I feel for all of you, like, animators, developers, producers, anything, if you're working in the game industry, that's gotta be so you gotta be so paranoid.
Yeah.
Tomorrow could be my last day. And then I just don't have a job. I moved out to California to be at this company, and now I have nothing.
Yep.
That's terrifying.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I do have one last bit of gaming news.
Ooh, go ahead.
So not only did I get into the beta or the alpha of 2XKO,
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten into the beta for Marvel Rivals. the Overwatch killer. And I'm just going to say that. Everyone says that about like every game. This is going to be the Halo killer. This is going to be the Destiny killer.
Little did they know Halo was going to kill itself.
And little did they know Overwatch fucking killed itself like 6 years ago. Marvel Rivals had a beta that I was able to get access to, and I played for a good little bit. I'm not a big team-based shooter. I played Overwatch and I had my fun with it for like a month at a time. Like I'll be really in, and then I'll move on to something else. And then I'll be like 6 months later, ooh, I want to play Overwatch again. And then I get really into it. It's like if you've ever had a Minecraft phase or a Sims phase where it's like, for 2 weeks I'm going to go hard on Minecraft. That's me with Overwatch.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Blizzard, obviously we were talking about them earlier. Dying company. That company's just embezzling money up the wazoo and just losing employees left and right. Overwatch is dying. So it's been time for a new team shooter to come out, and they're making one with Marvel characters, and it's very good.
I'm not a team shooter guy. Team shooters make me really angry.
Because you have to rely on others.
Yeah. I can't. That's the type of game I can't play with friends. Because for some reason, team shooters make me a toxic person.
So funny you should say that. I have a fun story about Jesse and team shooters. So for a little while ago, we got back into Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes, we did.
And I remember a moment that I had where I actually made him toxic.
It's true.
So now that you say that, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I think I remember what moment you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it here.
Yeah. I said a bad word that offended my friend.
It was not the N-word, I will say that.
No, I'm not.
He's not that toxic.
I'm not racist toxic. I'm just toxic.
He said something. I made a mistake. And he made sure I knew that I made a mistake. So you know what? You're right. Yeah, maybe this might not be for... But it's got Marvel characters and it's called... And you never take over. Right.
So
Overwatch competitive isn't taken seriously, so I mean...
I can't do it. Can't.
You're like, I'm gonna fucking call you something.
I'm gonna call you a meaning name that I don't want to.
I played it. It's a lot of fun. They have a great variety of characters. It's not just the Avengers. Like Captain America isn't even in it yet.
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy.
But I'm sure Captain America's one of those, like, what do we do with him?
Yeah. They're probably waiting for like the final release roster, and he's just not in the betas. But nonetheless, it is kind of nice because you have people like Jeff the Shark as a support character.
I'm actually kind of sad that Jeff the Shark wasn't in the Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
At least like a brief cameo.
There were so many cameos that they... Yeah. But they have characters like Jeff the Shark and Hella and Magic and Penny Parker. Like that's why I care about the niche characters. Like I said earlier, I'm not playing these games for the main character. I'm playing them for everyone else. Everyone brings something cool to the table. I know how Iron Man and Captain America play. I'm okay probably. They might be really good and I might play them a little bit. But like, yeah. Everyone feels unique and different. It's back to a 6v6, not a 5v5, which makes it a lot more fun, a lot more chaotic. Balancing is fucking terrible.
Like, when you say balancing is terrible, do you mean like characters stronger than each other, or are you talking like matchmaking?
Characters are comic book accurate. So if you play the Hulk, you win. And I tested this theory. So I got my ass literally served on a silver platter by Hulk. And this was like I was trying every character, going through. It's a beta, so I'm taking notes and like reporting it in. And like I was like, I got my ass handed to me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play the Hulk. Let's see how bad it is. I ended up 36-1. The one was because I was dancing in front of the enemy team 2 minutes, like 2 seconds before we won. The game is not balanced. But I like that because if you balance something too much, it takes the fun away from it.
Sure.
if everyone is equal,
Then
then
if everyone is super, then no one is.
exactly. Like, I'm more of a buff silver nerfs kind of person anyway. Break the game as much as you want. That's a little strong, but Magic, who is like a melee character, sword swinger, she's Colossus's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Super weak because she's melee, and in a team-based shooter, you have no health as a melee. So yeah, a little bit of balancing. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I do have one other issue with it as well. It feels like you're moving at half speed. All the characters are very, very slow.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to release Quicksilver, but he's going to be moving at what you think they should be moving at.
That's exactly what they're going to fucking do. I bet. And like, if you played the beta for Marvel Rivals, please tell me I'm not alone in this. Like, I feel like every single character is at half speed. And it's not a bug, and it's not my computer. Like, it's just moving poorly. So that's my only other real gripe with it.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of fun. I think you actually would like it because it's not taken seriously at all. That's fair. I'm not going to force you to play it.
No, that's okay.
I got you back in League, and that's all I care about.
Yeah, I don't have to box in the League.
Yeah. But you could.
I could. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
MOBAs don't really bring it out in me. Except for Smite. Smite sometimes brings it out in me.
But you play competitive.
But I'm very good at Smite.
Yeah.
To my own horn. I'm very good at Smite. But team shooters, I'm like good enough to where I can be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And they like shooters in general bring out like
that
toxic middle schooler in my brain.
He's turning werewolf. He's turning alpha.
I gotta howl on the moon.
No, I get it. I get it.
Skippy toilet or whatever.
Whatever they say.
Whatever the Zoomers say.
Oh, fuck. It's skibbity toilet. What do you mean? I say that like all the time.
Sometimes Taylor's brain rots. Plagues were brain rots. To a point of skippy toilet.
Skibbity toilet autism.
What the sigma?
Yeah, I say it ironically, but then it gets to a point where it's so funny to me that now I'm saying it unironically.
Yep.
Because it makes me laugh. Yep. It happens all the time.
Plague has one sting that I don't care for.
Which one?
Say Drake. I hear you like it now.
I haven't done that for a while.
He hasn't done it for a while, but like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it was like all the fucking
It
time.
was like every like 3 minutes. It's like,
I'm like,
Plague, please.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I can't do it anymore.
For those that don't know, I'm happily autistic. So I stim a lot. Some of them are great, some of them are bad. That was a bad one. That one was a bad one.
Just kept going.
There's another one that I did at our previous job that you just could not stand. There was something about hair. There was a hair one.
It's not reading. I must have flushed it from my memory.
Oh, imagine if Ninja got a low terror fade.
That was because both you and Grizzly were both doing it.
Yeah, that's fair.
All the time.
That's fair.
For like 6 hours.
That
It was
was
a
fun.
3-week span where they did it for 6 hours a day.
Every day. That's fair. I get it. No, listen, I get it. But that's basically what I've been up to these 2 weeks. Lots of Marvel Rivals, and for the next 9 days, lots of 2XKO.
Yep.
Because I'm going to play that religiously. I'm going to play Marvel Rivals every once in a while. I'm going to play this religiously. Both of these games are great in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Well, 2XKO, you can play that. You know, I can be like, oh, put Wally down, like, I can run a couple rounds 2XKO.
exactly. And I feel like that's a very untapped market for Riot Games because, again, like I said earlier, their staple game is a 45-minute game every single game.
And we're not getting the MMO.
No, it's still not canceled.
It's canceled, like, just accept it.
No, they did cancel a Smash-like. Did I tell you about that? So they did have another fighting game in the works called Pool Party. where it was going to be a Smash Bros. Like platform fighter. And they saw how bad Multiverses has been doing and how it's bombed.
And they went, nah.
And they shelved it. They were about like maybe 6 months to a year from release. They saw Multiverses just die on arrival. And they're like, let's save it. Let's save this money for something else.
Yeah.
MMO is still happening. It's gotta be. Because I'm not getting into 14. I gotta have an MMO for me.
It's not happening. Like, I want it to happen too.
It would be so good.
Because even though I didn't love the game, I love the world of League.
I think the world of League, the universe of League, is one of the best fantasy universes.
Yeah.
Like it's so in depth.
Yeah.
Arcane Season 2 leaked, by the way. If you guys didn't know, League of Legends has a show called Arcane. It's on Netflix. He's really big, got really popular. Netflix recently had a breach, and yeah, a lot of stuff got leaked, including like all of Arcane Season 2. It's in like potato quality, but you could watch it right now. Also, the anime that I have been the most excited for about the last year, Dawn, was a part of that leak. It's taking every fiber of my being not to watch it.
Just wait.
Yep. I want to see it in high quality. I spend money on TVs and monitors for a reason.
That's true.
So,
But it's about that time. Like,
it's about that time. I don't really have much else.
I don't either.
You didn't do anything else these 2 weeks?
No, not really.
Lots of painting though.
Lots of painting. There was always lots of painting.
Always lots of painting with Jesse.
I did order a new airbrush yesterday.
You did tell me about that because your other one,
So I've had the same like Masters. So Masters is like the great value airbrush brand.
gotcha.
I've had the same one for like 6 years, and I've not been nice to this airbrush.
Just put it in the fucking ground. The thing is dead.
Yeah, it is dead. My last ditch effort was to just basically put it in like a zip or a Tupperware container of rubbing alcohol and see what I could scrape out of it.
That bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like I said, I've had it for 6 years.
Yep.
It's
gonna build up with paint.
It's done its time.
Yep.
You know the TikTok sounds like, oh look, a strawberry. This one was at the face.
Gotcha. Well, that'll be fun. That'll make painting a lot easier. You'll literally be like, oh wow, I could have been doing this so much faster.
Yeah.
Because you'll have an airbrush that actually works properly.
Primary rats.
Gotta make sure we do that. We've been promising it for like 3 podcasts in a row.
I know. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint them black. And I'm gonna spray over top of them with white. So we can use speed paints.
Ah, perfect.
But the stuff underneath that's like shadowed still look dark.
What's that called again?
Zenithal.
Zenithal priming. That's what I usually do. That's what I did. And then time happened, and now that still takes too much time, so I just paint on the mini.
Yeah, you're mad lad.
I'm a mad lad, and I'll just shade. Because I feel like it'll be faster, even though it's not.
Yeah. But that's it for us, guys.
Yeah. You get to see me get up again and turn off.
Yeah.
What game should I do this time?
Ooh, you did witty?
I did the witty last time.
Thug shaker then.
I don't know what that one is, but I'll just shake my ass.
No, don't.
Oh, no, canceled.
Cancel.
Not my ass.
No.